Wanted to talk a little bit about Kell Brook, the IBF welterweight champion. Wanted to talk to him about this disappointing year in 2015. He had two fights, mandatory defense and a against Jojo Dan, and a stay busy fight with Frankie Gavin. He was scheduled to fight against Diego Chavez in October. Didn't happen. Supposedly he hurt his rib in sparring. I know people have their theories. We really don't know what happened. But there's really nothing concrete about Kell Brook for his next fight. All we know is that we're hearing reports from the UK that he's going to be fighting another mandatory defense against a Kevin Bizier. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. He's a decent fighter, but it's a disappointing fight for Kell Brook. It's time for Kell Brook to fight some bigger names, some better competition. I understand it's a mandatory defense, so I'm going to give him a pass. The IBF is a very strict sanctioning body. They want mandatory defenses every 9 months from your last mandatory defense. So you got to do what you got to do. I mean, belts matter, even though fans, they say they don't. They really do. Just ask Miguel Cotto and Rock Nation. Belts matter. So Kell Brook's doing the right thing by honoring the mandatory defense. So hopefully he'll be back soon, possibly in February. They're going to have a hard time selling that fight, but I'm hearing Eddie Hearn's looking to maybe bring it to the States or maybe perhaps in Brook's hometown, but they're not sure how many tickets they'll be able to sell because it's a predetermined outcome. They already know who's going to win the fight. So hopefully Kell Brook gets that out the way and he fights a bigger name. He needs to step up. It's time for him to see if he's the real deal. I mean, Eddie Hearn's been playing it safe for a while. It's time to roll the dice. Hopefully the fight with Amir Khan will happen in June, but you never know, man. I believe that fight happens when I see it. You never know with Amir Khan. He might talk himself out of that fight as well, too. I mean, he's had even a worse year than Kell Brook. But it's too bad that fight with Timothy Bradley didn't happen with Kell Brook. If I was Eddie Hearn, I would have jumped at the chance to fight Timothy Bradley. I would definitely match Brook with Bradley. But thing is, Aram didn't want that work because he didn't want that work for Bradley because he knows what I know. He knows that Kell Brook would trash Timothy Bradley right now. Yeah, I know fans would disagree with me on this. There's a lot of fans that disagree, but Bradley's seen better days. His peak was 2 years ago when he beat Marquez. He hasn't looked the same since that fight. Yeah, he looked good against Brandon Rios, but it was the opponent. Rios had nothing. He was shot. He pretty much trained to lose the weight, and he didn't lose it right, and ended up affecting his performance. He had nothing in the ring that night. And I pretty much saw the same Timothy Bradley. I didn't see much of a difference. I saw a guy with a little more movement, a little more footwork, but I didn't really see much. I saw the same Timothy Bradley. So, well, that fight's not going to happen because Bob Arum claims there's no money in the fight, and I can't dispute that. I can't dispute that there's no money in the Kell Brook Timothy Bradley fight because, well, let's be honest. No casual fan knows who Kell Brook is. He's only fought once on Showtime in the States. He's never fought on HBO. He's never been on any pay-per-view undercards in the States. He just doesn't fight in the United States, so no casual fan is going to know him. And, of course, hardcore heads know who Kell Brook is, but no casual fan in the States is going to remember that he beat Sean Porter like over a year ago. So that fight's definitely not going to happen. Bradley still might be in the running to fight Pacquiao a third time. Nobody wants to see that fight. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyways, back to Kell Brook. Hopefully he gets a big fight in 2016. I think he's one of the best welterweights in the world. He's got the skill, he's got the size, he's got the technique. And if he was to fight Amir Khan, I would pick Kell Brook by knockout. Well, let me know what you guys think about Kell Brook's campaign in 2016. Who would you like to see him fight? Do you think the fight with Amir Khan is gonna happen? Is who you think wins between the fight with Brook and Khan? Y'all let me know what's up. This is Boxing Truth.